Gruncle Stan, is that legal?
When there's no cops around, anything's legal.
Gruncle Stan, why did you write this?
Because I regularly commit massive tax fraud.
Might want to tuck that one away there.
Let's be real, if Gravity Falls had a functioning police force, Grunkle Stan would have a loyalty punch card for the county jail.
Come on. Should be just enough to finish the job. Whew! Can't be too careful with this stuff.
That's Grunkle Stan, alone in his secret basement at 3 a.m., juicing a cyclopean laser portal with pilfered plutonium like it's no biggie. Your average Tuesday night in Gravity Falls, wow, OSHA would love this setup. Moments later, he squints at the user manual, specifically the line that warns, extreme usage could result in minor gravity anomalies. Stan's response?
Man it, Poindexter. I've come this far. I'm not giving up now.
What's the worst that could happen? Unraveling the fabric of reality. Spoiler, that's exactly the worst that could happen. By keeping the kids and the government in the dark, Stan nearly ignites a town-sized black hole. Sirens blare, agents swarm, and the Mystery Shack basically becomes Chernobyl with antlers. Dipper finally corners him at the kill switch, voice cracking between panic and betrayal.
And I should trust you why? After you stole radioactive waste? After you lied to us all summer? I don't even know who you are!
Ouch. When your 12-year-old nephew delivers a speech fit for a courtroom drama, you've crossed a few ethical lines. Somebody hand that kid a gavel. Meanwhile, the countdown clock on Stan's doomsday doorstop is ticking like an angry metronome. 10 seconds left, Gravity's flipping coins with people's lunches, and Stan still thinks he can wing it. That's the moment you realize this isn't lovable con man Stan. It's interdimensional super felon Stan, one misplaced decimal away from shredding the universe just so he can pull his brother back from the void. Through the portal, the house doesn't implode and Gravity Falls survives to see another weird sunrise. But let's be real, if anyone else had built a reality-rending Stargate in their cellar, the feds would have slapped them in cuffs faster than you can say classified. Stan? He gets a heartfelt group hug and an extra-large slice of apology cake. Gravity Falls justice system, now with 200% more double standards. Relatable verdict? Look, we all bend the rules for family. Misplacing a library book, sneaking an extra cookie, maybe faking a permission slip. Stan bent the rules of astrophysics, grand theft nukes, and basic trust. If that's not jail-worthy, I don't know what is. Sentence recommendation, 1 portal-proof cell with unlimited Fez privileges. Picture this. A guy messes up so badly he's kicked out of his own family, gets banned from half the planet, and decides the only logical next step is to become his smarter twin brother. That's Stan's life hack in a nutshell, and it is felony gold. When Ford finally staggers out of the portal and calls his sibling Stanley, the kids do a double take.
Stanley?
But your name is Stanford.
Wait, you took my name?
And oh boy, did he ever. Dig through the Mystery Shack office and you find a shoebox stuffed with counterfeit passports and a cheery newspaper clipping shouting, "Stan Pine's dead." Nothing says innocent entrepreneur like your own obituary in the glove compartment. Stan's been cashing in on Ford's identity for 3 decades, signing credit cards, tax returns, and probably a few restraining orders under a name that was never his. That's not just fraud, that's a full-time career path, but identity theft alone doesn't earn orange jumpsuit status. You need attitude. When the twins corner him in Weirdmageddon's pyramid and Ford demands a simple thank you, Grunkle Stan spits back the ultimate sibling clapback.
See? Between me and him, I'm not always the bad twin.
Between him and me.
Translation: yeah, I robbed your life, but at least I didn't unleash a demon triangle on humanity. Priorities, right? Let's do the rap sheet math. Stan forged federal IDs, that's 18 USC Serial 128, falsified social security data to keep the Shack's books creative, and, by posing as Ford in every official capacity, from jury duty to tax filings, committed perjury on a near-annual basis. Toss in decades of mail fraud. Somebody had to get those credit card offers, and he's looking at a sentence so long even Time Baby would say, dude. The kicker? Through it all, he actually keeps the Pines' name afloat, saving the town, rescuing Ford, even erasing Bill Cipher by nuking his own memories. Stan's crimes are colossal, but so is the weird, broken loyalty underneath them. He steals an entire identity not to ruin his brother, but to bring him home. Still, motive doesn't clear the docket. If the feds ever roll up with the real rap sheet, Grunkle's next tourist trap will be a 6x8 cell with a charming view of concrete. So, jury of internet peers, does heroic intent overshadow 30 years of felony cosplay? Or should Stan be swapping that fez for a federal jumpsuit? Drop your verdict and your favorite Stan alias in the comments below, and if you're loving this criminal recap, slam that subscribe button before the statute of limitations kicks in. Imagine this, a quiet Gravity Falls highway, Sheriff Blub's cruiser in hot pursuit of a beat-up sedan that's, wait for it, being piloted by a full-grown grizzly. Stan leans out the passenger window, totally deadpan, and tells the officers his physician Dr. Medicine prescribed a seeing eye bear to drive him to emergencies. Before Blubs' brain can finish buffering, Stan points forward and hollers,
To the hospital, honey pants!
paws on the wheel, tongue in the breeze. You've gotta hand it to the guy. Most crooks fake an eye patch. Stan fakes an entire zoological service animal. Mabel, of course, clocks the scam and decides her Grunkle's honesty needs a tune-up. That night, she sneaks into his room with a pair of enchanted dentures she found in Journal 3, Truth Teeth, that force the wearer to spill every secret. Next morning, the experiment works too well. Over eggs and coffee, Stan blurts,
Go to the bathroom without washing my hands.
Ew.
10 minutes later, he's at the Mystery Shack counter cheerfully admitting, I commit massive tax fraud, right onto the customer's receipt. Yikes, maybe keep that one off the Yelp page, buddy. Things escalate faster than you can say audit. Stan's mouth flips to hard truth mode about mortality, the shack's attractions, even the tourists' fashion choices. When Blubs returns to investigate the mythic bear, Stan, still tooth-cursed, begins confessing everything from fake gold spray rocks to the Great Bear Caper. Mabel, panicking, invents her own lie.
Stan is secretly a crime fiction writer.
The sheriff shrugs and leaves, but Mabel is horrified she had to break her own no-lying rule. Dipper, meanwhile, realizes a new cosmic constant. Give Stan Pines 60 seconds and he'll talk his way into federal prison, or at least a hefty fine. Cornered, the twins pry the teeth out before Stan can phone in his bend the truth for the greater good philosophy to the IRS. They hurl the glowing chompers into the bottomless pit behind the shack, where, knowing Gravity Falls, they're probably busy biting Bigfoot right now. Moral of the story? Even when Stan deserves a decade behind bars, the universe can't handle that much honesty at once. And you, viewer, would you survive a single day wearing truth teeth, or would your diary combust? Let me know below, and if you're still here after that bear-on-bear crime spree, smash subscribe for more Gravity Falls misdeeds. Gruncle Stan's rap sheet doesn't end at mild tax evader. Years before the twins even found Journal 3, Stan literally roped them into a family business so crooked it would make a mob boss blush. Over pancakes one morning in episode 2, he bursts in wearing his best mentor grin and chirps that it's family bonding day. Dipper, spoon halfway to his mouth, deadpans the question every sane kid would ask.
Gruncle Stan, is this gonna be anything like our last family bonding day?
You call that Ben Franklin? He looks like a woman!
Cue Mabel's shiver about the cold jail cell, and cue you realizing this isn't a one-off gag. Stan enslaved two 12-year-olds in a suburban forgery mill, then left them to cool their heels in county lockup while he no doubt plotted the next hustle. Bonding? More like bond hearing. But Stan never met a terrible idea he couldn't recycle. Jump ahead to Summerween, episode 12, where the Pines clan raids the seasonal superstore. When security closes in, Stan tosses a smoke bomb and pays for their haul with Stan Bucks, his own badly drawn funny money. The cashier is left coughing, the ink is probably still wet, and the twins are accessory afters the fact again. Pro tip, if the bill has your uncle's face on it and smells like Sharpie, maybe don't use it at the register. Notice the pattern? Stan's default babysitting mode is press gang the minors. And it's not just the crime, it's the bragging. He treats counterfeit operations like summer camp crafts, praising the kids' steady hands while forgetting to budget for bail money. Even Sheriff Blubs can't decide whether to arrest him first for fraud or child endangerment. A real choose-your-own felony moment. So where would a judge land on this one? We've got production of fake currency, that's 20 years, distribution of said currency, stack on another 10, and, oh yes, using minors in the commission of the crime. Hello, additional federal time. Do the math and you're staring at the rest of your natural life in a cell colder than Mabel remembers. Verdict, give the man a printing press and he gives the state an open and shut case. If orange jumpsuits came in pinstripe, Stan would already be wearing one. Maybe let the twins design the prison currency. They've had practice. Grab your popcorn because Gruncle Stan's dance with the feds in Scary Oak is the kind of legal limbo that'd make even Saul Goodman sweat. The moment Agent's powers and Trigger roll up to the Mystery Shack, Stan shifts from lovable huckster to full-blown obstruction artist. First, he tries soothing them with tourist trap charm. Then, when that flops, he outright stuffs their hands with souvenirs and a smile. The agents dutifully march off carrying his bobbleheads as evidence. Sure, officer, this wobbly Abraham Lincoln will crack the case. But Stan isn't done massaging the truth. He confiscates the agent's contact card and waves Dipper away with a paternal command to go do normal kid stuff. Translation: stop helping the guys who could arrest me. Moments later, he's in the gift shop doorway, literally body-blocking federal law enforcement. One foot in capitalism, the other in contempt of court. Fast forward a day and the same agents return with a warrant after someone, guess who, pilfers toxic chemicals. Stan shrugs off the SWAT team, insisting the shack's craters were caused by a big woodpecker. Because sure, giant birds armed with C4 are totally a thing. His alibi collapses faster than one of Seuss's structural upgrades, yet Stan doubles down by bribing a construction worker to keep quiet. Evidence tampering in broad daylight. Even background NPCs notice the sketchiness. When Tambry walks in on the agents mid-sting and sees Trigger still wearing a dress from their undercover shtick, she deadpans,
"Not even gonna ask."
"Same, Tambry, same." Meanwhile, Stan promises the twins that he has no more bombshell secrets. Cue both of them crossing their fingers, because perjury is just another Tuesday in the Pines household. Stack it up. Attempted bribery of federal officers, destruction and concealment of hazardous materials footage, plus paying off witnesses with hush money bobbleheads. If the feds ever stop tripping over zombies, Stan's looking at enough counts to turn the Mystery Shack into a prison gift shop. And yeah, you future juror, would you let him off with time served for charisma, or slam the cell shut? Sound off in the comments. Feeling the law-breaking love? Then hit that like button before the statute of limitations runs out. Gruncle Stan's next offense isn't some Shadow Realm conspiracy, it's his mystery fair, a roadside carnival cobbled together from plywood, duct tape, and sheer audacity. He unveils it to Mabel with salesman flair. "I spared every expense." Translation: 0 permits, 0 inspections, and 0 chance that Skytram will stay in the sky. Seconds later, Dipper crashes through the ride, wheezing.
I think the Skytram is broken. Also, most of my bones.
While Stan cheer laughs like it's free slapstick. Mabel, morally awake, asks the obvious.
Gruncle Stan, is that legal?
When there's no cops around, anything's legal.
Would make a crime boss blush. Reminder, this man is the twins' guardian. From there, the fair spirals into a montage of worker safety violations. Stan hires Suze to rig the dunk tank so no one ever wins.
You got it rigged from here to Timbuktu!
Then instructs Wendy to hawk tickets to thrill seekers who don't notice the Ferris wheel gears sparking like 4th of July. Every time a tourist screams, Stan counts it as bonus ambience. Meanwhile, he ropes Dipper into stapling counterfeit safety forms on rides, cautioning him to slap him on anything that looks like a lawsuit. The kid's 12, and suddenly a co-conspirator in civil liability. Congrats, Dipper, internships build resumes, and rap sheets. Even the forest knows this fair shouldn't exist. Blandon from the Time Anomaly Correction Unit shows up, muttering that the area is a temporal lawsuit waiting to happen. But Stan's too busy fleecing customers with glow-in-the-dark cornicorns, 100% genuine unicorn of corn, to hear the universe's warning sirens. When the Skytram cable snaps again, he just duct tapes it, pockets the refund cash, and yells, "Next!" The whole event is basically a live OSHA training video. Except instead of learning, everyone's eating funnel cake and signing waivers they don't read. Relatable verdict. Stan didn't just bend safety regulations, he melted them down and used the slag as ride supports. That's reckless endangerment, criminal negligence, and fraud, all served with cotton candy. Sentence suggestion? A cell with padded walls, rust-free bars, and mandatory carnival ride PTSD counseling. But hey, at least the tickets were cheap. Think Stan's crime spree should have landed him even harder time? Or did the Seeing Eye Bear defense win you over? Drop your own jail-worthy Stan moments below, and if you're loving the felonious fun, smash that subscribe button like it's a can of counterfeit spray paint.